What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cal bringing you another video on the channel today. So what's good, guys? Today we're going to be talking about lust. Lust is something that I find a lot of times than myself. And my definition for lust is a desire that we have within the moment to an individual we are attracted to. And whether that be a boy, whether that be a girl, whether it be a gender you do not identify with, it seems as though it steals our energy. And it becomes like an almost energy vampire-like state where that is where our attention goes, right? And it's constantly focused on one thing, constantly just allocated to one thing and one thing only. So whether it be at the gym, right, when you're just, hitting your sets, going through the motions, and you look to your left and you're like, oh my god, that chick is hot as hell, she is beautiful. And believe it or not, that happened to me today. I was working out, I was doing pull-ups, and there was like, out of nowhere, 3 or 4 gorgeous women came around me and started working out. And so for me, this entered my attention field. And when it entered my attention field, I began to get distracted. I wasn't focusing on my sets as much, and I wasn't in the moment here and now. I was thinking about how I could portray my best image to these individuals. And I find myself a lot of times, this happens to me on a day-to-day basis when lust appears within my life. And especially within today's world of social media and technology and how we can connect with individuals across the world within a matter of seconds. This is very interesting because you can almost, if you're not aware within that moment, lust can take you over. You can do actions and things that you wish you did not do. Because let me tell you, lust is not the same thing as love. Love is something that you intuitively feel over a period of time. And yes, people say you can have love at first sight. Most likely that physical attraction that you have is lust, okay? And whether that lust propels you into love, by all means, right? And sometimes it can be the catalyst for someone going up to someone and meeting the love of their life. Absolutely, I have nothing wrong with that. But if you experience yourself on a regular basis feeling lust, feeling a habit, feeling a behavior of lust when you're in the gym, right? And it takes over your attention, and it becomes a distraction when you're working out, when you're doing homework, when you're on Instagram sifting through photos and you see a hot chick like Summer Rae, right, who is very attractive and gets the attention of a lot of individuals. That can be a trap because it can take you off your grind, it can take you off your purpose, and ultimately out of the moment, right? And marketers know this. People in the business world know this. That's why they collaborate and have market affiliators with hot chicks, right? You ever see Bang Energy when they're got those super up-close shots where they put it up to their lip? It's paired with sexual desirement, right? That sexual desire we have, as it's a natural, innate function that each and every animal, human being, and being in general has. Maybe even this tree, maybe this tree has a sexual desire for me. Lust is something you have to be aware of, right? It is an instinctual force that comes up naturally, right? And it happens within the here and now. And that desire, that pull, that gravitational force within you is very powerful. And if you have enough self-control, if you do not have enough self-mastery, in a sense, where you can let that come up, observe you, and you let it constantly take you over, it can be a force that is reckoning. And how do we combat this? How do we, when we're in situations like this, be aware? And for me today, it was very strong when I'm at the gym. I was aware of my breath. I was aware of the moment. I was like, okay, Cal, yes, you feel these lusting emotions and you feel this pull, you feel this lust that's truly not love, even though it could be mistaken for love, and that want that you feel is ultimately a lack that you have within your life, right? Because if you want something, you're saying to the universe that you do not have it. Therefore, when you are putting this energy out, the universe is going to reflect back to you exactly what you're pulling out. So if I reflect out I want that girl, what am I going to get back? An exact replica and reflection of the universe saying I want that girl. So kind of going off topic a little bit, this presents a very big energy shift. And when this energy shift occurs, we have to embody it. We have to recognize it, not suppress it, and just let it be as it is. And listen, you may not want to, you may not be comfortable. I know I am certainly not, and it will still affect you over time. But the more you can be aware, the more every time in the moment, here and now, when you're aware of that happening within your present moment, the better it will be over time, because over time you'll program your mind when you're in situations with maybe a hot chick, a hot guy, or really anything you're lusting over, any desire really, you'll be able to control it. Because that will not be your immediate reaction and pull towards something. It will not grab your attention by the horns and take over your reality, right? Because whatever we focus on creates our reality. Because our attention, our 5%, 5 to 15% of our consciousness is our perception of this objective world, right? And so when we get pulled into something so deep, it can literally, and we invest so much energy and we lose that awareness of the present moment, we can get sucked into something and we can go down the rabbit hole, and that rabbit hole can have massive effects. Even though it looks pretty on the outside, it can be bad on the inside. I kind of share this with you guys because I know a lot of individuals, a lot of guys struggle with this like I do, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with feeling lusting feelings, right? That desire, that pull, it's natural. Embody it, feel it. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing telling it that it is wrong is a standard, right? But it is important to be aware, and it is important that you do not get sucked in, because if you constantly do this on a day-to-day basis, you'll find yourself feeling less than others. And when you feel less than others, there's a difference there, and you're living in the conceptual world, because if you look at everything around you beyond concepts, everything is neutral as it is. The universe does not care about how much money you have, how much crap, how much materialistic this, how much good this, how good your life circumstance is. What matters is the here and now. Your being, your essence, beyond standards, beyond concepts, beyond man-made constructs. That is what is important. So when these desires come up, when this lust comes up, yes, it is okay to act on it sometimes. And right here, right now, I find myself thinking about that girl in the gym, right? I'm like, damn, you know? But that sends to the universe that I'm lacking something, when really I have everything that I need right here, right now. Even this emotion that I'm feeling is whole and complete, just the way it is. Even though it may not be normal to me, it is perfection in a sense, not in a humanistic perspective sense, but just the way it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Therefore, you are not less than, you are not more than others. Just let it be as it is, because it is the isness of this moment. Once again, lust is a powerful force. Whether you act on it, or you just let it be, or you suppress it, is up to you. Just know, each action will have effects, and it's different from person to person, how strong it is, how weak it is, how much of a role it plays within your life, and how it takes over your attention as an energy vampire to your life. And remember, you are in full control of this, whether you know it or not. These instinctual forces will come up, right? You do not have control over that, but how you act on them is up to you. And some people, when those forces come up, will just naturally gravitate towards them and act on them like an animal, which is nothing wrong with. But remember, love yourself because I love you, baby. And yeah, peace the fuck out.